Hello everyone, my name is Ender Canizales, and this is going to be my first video for our schoolie build, and I'm going to post it on Patreon, so it's going to be our first video for Patreon. I'm going to try to show you everything that I've done up to now regarding our model for our potential school bus that we're going to renovate into our tiny home. That right there is Hella. See? Hella. See? And I'll show you our puppies. Thor is our handicapped wolf dog, and later on I'll show you some of his stories and stuff. And Hella came into our lives to help him cope with the loss of his older sister Evie, who was an old Shih Tzu. She developed some sicknesses and had to cross the Rainbow Bridge. But enough of that, because that's sad stories. And like I mentioned, this is our first video for Patreon, and we would love to have you support our journey. My wife Gwen, she is somewhat camera shy, and I'm sure that at some point she would get in front of the camera and kind of talk to you guys, but for now it's going to be me. We are starting our second half of our life. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a realtor here in Dayton, Ohio, and she is retired from the Air Force, Wright Pat Air Force Base over here, after 28 years. She retired mainly just to help her mother after my father-in-law passed away, and she stayed home to help her because, you know, she had some ailments herself, including kidney failure, and she had to, you know, watch her. And then at the same time, our daughter, she was homeschooled, so she had to stay home for that. Came to some trying times, and, you know, ups and downs and all that, and to the unfortunate for our family, after my father-in-law passed away, my brother-in-law passed away about 3 months or so later, I believe, if the memory serves correctly. And then a few years later, my sister-in-law passed away. Yeah, and then in 2 years ago, so we're in 22, so in 20, December 16, 2020, my mother-in-law passed away. Unfortunately, with this whole pandemic with COVID hit, and we did fine for quite some time, and to some reasons that we will not mention, she caught COVID, ended up in the hospital, and unfortunately, not only did that weaken her, then she lost the battle of her kidney failures. She left us to be with the rest of her family. And I said I was done with sad stories, but sorry, that one had to be explained. So, starting our second half of our life, we decided that it would be best if we would change our scenery. My mother-in-law, and you can't see it from here, but out this window, there's a little sliver right here of a house. This is the neighbors right across the street from us, and there's a sliver house right there. That's where my mother-in-law used to live. And it was very easy for us to just cross the street and have some coffee with her and some breakfast, some lunch. She used to make me liver and onions, because you know that was one of my favorites. It has become difficult to be in the area. As a realtor myself, there's some projects that are happening here in the city of Dayton that will hopefully catapult us into a better state of life, but that's a while from now. So we decided to make this Patreon channel along with YouTube. Hopefully there would be some people out there that would love our story and want to see how we progress, because the second part of our lives, as I keep mentioning, we want to travel. We want to build out this schooling and go, just go. Eventually, at some point, we're going to end up in Oregon, the state of Oregon, the northwest portion of it. That be our new base, I guess, if you want to call it. Our roots, our rooted home will be there. As for being there all the time, it's not going to be like that anymore. Here we have a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that we had to take care of in the past. But I have two sons, and they live in Toledo, Ohio, which is about two and some hours north of Dayton. And they're both adults. My youngest, Joshua, just graduated from high school. He's going to go to University of Toledo to be an electrical engineer. My oldest son, Skylar, he is going to go into some medical classes, do some home in care, I think that's how you call it, for elderlies. And I think he's thinking of doing some other career field as well to fall back on. And then, of course, I mentioned our daughter here. She's 23. She's living on her own. They're adults. And there's really nothing holding us here anymore. There is plenty for us to come back to, but there isn't anything that's really holding us down. So the plan is, I'm going to be finishing up fixing this house, and then our daughter's going to move in here with her roommates, and we're going to finish building the schoolie. Well, actually start and finish. And we're going to go travel for a while, put some roots down in Oregon, and then travel some more. Part of the plan there, if you could hear the whining, that's Thor. Part of the plan also is, meanwhile I'm in Oregon, I'm going to be coming back here from time to time and take care of real estate that I have here and other projects that I have going on here. Another reason to keep coming back, not hold me here, but to keep coming back. And that was our flight killer. A lot to talk about and a lot to show. And I hope that you would join us for our journey to have us be guests in your home, on your phone, or wherever you're at. And hopefully this will give you some encouragement to do what you've always wanted to do. It could be a schoolie, it could be an RV, it could be a converted van, just go travel, whatever it may be. I hope that our story will give you some inspiration to do so. So thank you for stopping by now, and I hope to see you in the next video. And definitely, wherever you see this, leave a comment, a question, an inquiry, suggestion, whatever. I hope that in Patreon you can help us donate at least $1. Honestly, that'll help us to not only fix our house to be in good working order, because it's not, and I'm gonna be showing you that, embarrassing as it is, I'm gonna be showing you that. But it'll also help us on our way to getting the school bus and fixing that up, and then hitting the road. Thanks for stopping by. See you guys soon.